Hey everyone, welcome back to Denise Dives In. Today we're going to dive into the September budget. I have already filled this out because I've filmed this already and didn't like the way it turned out, and I don't have editing software, so we're doing it again. I like to use an Erin Condren monthly planner. You don't need anything fancy, but I feel like if you use something that makes you happy, you're more likely to do it. Some people like stickers and things like that. I personally don't like the stickers. I just like these little bill tracking stickers because sometimes bills change and I can just take the sticker up and put a new one down. But I use the monthly view just for my monthly expenses. I don't use it for any other tracking. And then on this page, I use for my sinking funds, which we'll go over at the end. And then on the dashboard, I write down anything that is coming up that month that I need to budget for. So we have my dad's birthday and Alex's dad's birthday. That's my husband. And then down here is just like some subscriptions that are coming up that I need to consider when I'm making budgets for future months. And then on this page, I write down all of my bills and my expensey kind of items. So just a little bit of background. We are a family of 4. My husband works in commission and his income does fluctuate quite a bit. So I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have an 8-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. And that's kind of a median number for his income. Last month it was, I think, closer to $9,000. Let me double check. And I was including the child tax care credit in this one. Yeah, it was closer to $9,000. So it does fluctuate quite a bit. That's why we use the income from the last month for this current month. So because he is on commission and we are debt free, we like to just basically use last month's income for this month's bills, and whatever is left over after we do our budget, we try to save for to buy a house, because we moved here from Arizona in December and they're not allowing us to get a mortgage yet because of just all of these circumstances that we don't qualify, because I don't work anymore and Alex changed professions, and because it's commission based, they're like, no, you need at least a year's worth of work. So that's why we do it that way. I suggest, if you have a very fluctuating income, to try to get ahead, whether it be with the child tax care credits or an extra paycheck month, or maybe selling some stuff that you're not using or something like that. Just try to get a month ahead, just because it's so much easier to have a set amount to budget with than to try to live paycheck to paycheck, in my opinion. If you wanted my opinion. So up here is fixed bills. It's literally mirroring what's on these pages. I just like to see it again and have a total for it. So like I said, we can't have a mortgage, so we rent a house right now. It's $1,400. This is a fee they charge me. Life insurance. This is for when I turn 30. I'm 34 now. When I turned 30, I decided, okay, I need to get my life together and get a life insurance policy. And I also got one for my son at the time. So he has a policy that can transfer with him when he turns 18, which, if you know anything about life insurance policies, they can disqualify you for things for life insurance. So I thought that was a cool thing that he can take with him if he wants when he turns 18. I do want to get something like that for Jane. I just haven't looked into it yet. And Alex, since he is the person bringing in the money now, I need to look into a life insurance policy for him. He is younger than me. He is 27. He'll be 28 in October. So, and when I looked into the policy for me, we were just dating at the time. We were just boyfriend, girlfriend. We did live together, but I wasn't going to be like, hey, I'm buying a life insurance policy for you, you know? So that's definitely something that I need to get done now because of those circumstances. So Cox is our internet. It's $75 a month. Black Hills is our gas. So we don't have a stove that's gas, but we do have the water heater and the like heat for the house. I signed up for like a program where you pay the same amount every month so that during the winter when your bill's higher, you don't have to pay like a lot for your heat. You can just pay the same amount, and then during the summer, they're pulling that money for you. So basically it's just like a sinking fund. So that's $84. Culligan is our bottled water, like our water cooler service. I don't know what it is, but I get heartburn from the water that's filtered from our fridge, and we drink a ton of water. So I appreciate having that water service. And I want to say it's probably going to be about $100. So in this total I budgeted $100 for that. Verizon is our phone bill. This is 3 people's phone bill. It's my mom's, mine, and my husband's. So we have 10 gigs of data, and it's $175. $100.75. Netflix is $15. Utilities was quite high last month. I'm sure it's because I was running the air conditioner a lot. I did lower it, or like raise it so that it wasn't like 71 degrees, I think. I think I raised it to 72. So we'll see if that made the bill better. I assumed that it was gonna be about $350. Hopefully it's not too much more or less, or hopefully it's not more than that. It was like $387 last month, but this includes water, sewer, trash, and the electricity. Audible is just an audiobook subscription place. Every other month I get a credit, and then the opposite months my husband gets a new credit. We listen to audiobooks all the time. Honestly, I don't know why we have a TV in our bedroom, because when we go to bed, like, we're listening to audiobooks. Like, he's listening to his, I'm listening to mine. So we're always listening to audiobooks. Hulu, we have just like the standard package. I actually like commercials, so I definitely am not going to pay for the commercial free. HBO Max, I am appreciating the service right now because we do have a 1-year-old and there's a pandemic. So if you can watch a movie that's in the theaters, I think that's pretty cool. Even if there wasn't a pandemic going on, I would not want to really go to the theater with Jane or have somebody come over just to watch her so we could go to the movies. So I have been paying for that since like February or so. I don't see me canceling it anytime soon. I like to be able to watch Game of Thrones too. Sometimes I put that on just as like background. And there's that. Scribd is another audiobook service. I'm the only one that has this. Alex doesn't have this one. But this one's cool more for, it doesn't have all the titles that Audible has, but I've listened to a ton of books on Scribd that are like newer and whatever. And I like Scribd for the fact that you can kind of, if you don't like it too, you don't feel bad about wasting your credit. Because Audible only lets you like return books like for so long, and then it's like, no. So I like that you can, if you got really sick of a book, you could just be like, no. Like, I don't know if you guys are in the book tube, whatever, but there's this book called No Exit that is recommended by all the people that read books that are like thriller books. I hated that book. I didn't listen to all of it, but the beginning of it was so annoying. I was like, how is everybody recommending this book? And normally I would have just bought that on Audible, wasted a credit, and been so irritated because I hated it. There's other books that I'm just like, completely agree with these people that are recommending books, but I hated it. I loathed that book. Anyway, Pretty Litter, this is just for food. I'm getting the litter every 3 months, so I don't need to worry about that, I think, until November. So every 6 weeks I have it set up for them to send her food. I was buying like a little bit more of expensive food for her in the first place, just because like I wanted to make sure she was getting like good nutrients and like not a lot of fillers and things like that. So I was getting her decently expensive food in the first place. And this bag does last about 6 weeks. I don't think that's horrible. It is a little bit more expensive, but I'm saving money on the litter. So I don't know. Maybe I'll decide that I don't need to be spending $25 on a bag of cat food. But for now, it doesn't bother me. And I like that it's just delivered. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be like, oh crap, she's out of food, because that's happened before. So if you add all of my guesstimates up here and these, you get $2,239.45. I like to have this total because when I make my paycheck budgets, I like to take this number and divide it by how many ever weeks, so I can get a number for if I was budgeting paycheck to paycheck, this is how much money I'd have to set aside. But I don't need to do that because I just do it for representation purposes. We're using last month's income. We're not budgeting paycheck to paycheck. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just ask me questions down below. I would love to help out somebody or explain something further or whatever. I don't get a lot of questions or anything, so I'm just kind of winging it. I personally just like to listen to other people's budgets. It has no bearing on what I'm doing usually. I just literally watch other people budgeting. It just helps me not solidify, I don't know, like the camaraderie of just other people budgeting, you know? So if that's all you're down for, like, that's cool. But if you wanted to ask me questions, like, feel free. Then we've got the like fluctuating budget items. These ones are usually like weekly items and things. So groceries, I budgeted about $175 per week for us. Last month I did $200, and I think that was a little bit too much because if I have extra money places, I will spend it. If I have a miscellaneous budget, I will spend it. If I put extra money in fun, I will spend it. I have a problem. That's why I need budgets like this. I need to make videos to keep myself accountable because I'll just figure out a way to spend it. It's a bad habit. People say they have like addictions to like drugs and alcohol and smoking and stuff like that. My addiction is spending money. So I lowered it so that I can kind of keep myself a little bit more at bay, because with the $200 budget, it's kind of like you're free to like spend more money on crap that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna try that, and I don't know. So I lowered it a little bit to $175, and I want to get some sort of like dry erase board or something to start meal prepping, because I was thinking about getting like a planner or something like that, or just like a notebook. But what happens is I'll look at it for 5 seconds and then I will never look at it again, because I hate making lists. Like I watch a ton of YouTube videos, clearly, but I watch mostly like cleaning videos and like booktube videos, and the cleaning videos always say make a to-do list so you can cross off things that you've done. That irritates the crap out of me. That does not work for everybody. It just, there's some people like hopefully out there like me that is just irritating. I do not want to write down something to cross it off. I just have my list in my head and I'm going to go through my stuff and get it done. And writing it down is just wasting time to me, you know? So anyway, so I don't think that like maybe planning, like how people like plan out their weeks in like a life planner just doesn't work for me. So I was thinking about getting like a dry erase board and writing down like, okay, this is what I'm making for this night. This is what I'm making for this night, and possibly trying that, because I don't like cooking. And I think that if I had like a menu kind of board, maybe that would work for me. And then I could just do like a pickup of like all the ingredients I need. I just need to get more of like in a routine, and with Dominic being back at school, I think I can do that. Eat out, I'm giving us the $300. I think that we would have been under budget if we went to Olive Garden, and that was a very expensive trip. because me and Alex both got like he got wine, I got like some fruity margarita, and we got food for everybody. So I think it was like $90 with the tip and everything. So if we hadn't done that, I think we would have been pretty much like within our budget. Probably not. We always go over, but with Dominic being back in school, it'll be better. Just because Dominic usually, if he's with us, he gets like a whole full adult meal too. So with him being back in school, it's getting better. Gas, I gave us like $75-ish a week. We fill up about every week and a half. Like my car and Alex's car, we fill up. So that should be good. I think we were under budget last month, so gas is one of those things where like you need gas. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna overspend. Like I can't prevent myself from overspending. Like you need gas to go places kind of thing. So I just would rather budget for like over, if that makes sense. Household, I know I'm getting low on laundry detergent. I've been buying the Tide Pods, but I don't know if that's the most conventional, because I do quite a bit of like laundry that I feel like doesn't need an entire Tide Pod, because like I have a 1-year-old, so things get pretty nasty. I do have like the liquid right now, because I've been doing a lot of loads like that, and I just do like a fast wash or whatever, or not fast wash, but like it's a precision fill, and it doesn't take as long because it's only washing like a couple items. Because like if she shits all over her clothes, I'm not gonna wash that with her normal clothes, you know? And I have to do loads like that quite a bit. She's been having constipation issues, so I've been giving her Miralax, and then she has diarrhea issues. So it's been a fun time. But laundry detergent is definitely something I'm gonna need to get. Toilet paper probably. What else is getting low? Dishwasher tabs, and I want some light bulbs. I said I was gonna get them last month, but I didn't get them. I want some more cool light bulbs instead of the yellow light bulbs. And household for my budget also includes any like decorations I want to get, if I want a new candle, if I want like new cleaning supplies, anything like that is included in my household budget. Like even if I want like a new like meal prep container or something like that, that's all included in household for me. Alex actually got some gift cards from work for winning some sort of competition that they had. So I'm gonna say that he has two $100 gift cards for his spending money, and he also bought his vape stuff with one of the gift cards. So he's good. I don't need a budget for him. That's my husband, and like I said, he won those. So that just helps out our budget. And then I am giving myself a little bit more money this month just because fall is coming soon, I think. I haven't lived in a place with 4 seasons before, so I don't know when stuff starts to cool off. I lived in Arizona for over 30 years, and living here has been a change for sure. So normally, like you don't even really need a pair of jeans in Arizona. Like you could get by with like a pair of leggings like the 2 days it's cold, you know? So I do want a nicer pair of jeans. And I mean, I have a couple of longer shirts, but I just wanted to give myself a little bit more money for just clothes, and I'm gonna keep it in my head that it's for clothes. Like don't just spend it just to spend it. Same thing with Dominic. He does have clothes to start out the year, but they are from last year. He used them all winter last year, so they're kind of getting gross and cruddy. So if he wanted to get some new stuff, because normally I budget $50 for him and $200 for me, so I gave us an extra $100 for clothing. And that's how I do my budget. If you are working with less income and have higher expenses, you would need to do like a sinking fund type situation, because I am able to just budget for those things because we have the income. If we didn't, I would definitely need to set aside money every single week, every single paycheck, every month, however I need to save up money for those items. Jane, I think is good. I don't think she needs any clothes. I don't think that she needs anything besides her diapers and wipes. And then there's a little bit of extra money in there for like if she needed like a sippy cup, or even if like I buy her like Tylenol and things, sometimes I take that out of her budget. It just depends on like what store I'm at and things. Fun, I only give us $150 every month because if I gave us more, I know I'd find a reason to spend it. So $150 just works for us. And that's for if I wanted to buy a movie on Disney Plus, or if I wanted to take Dominic to, we have like a rock climbing place or anything like that. Birthdays, we have to budget for my dad's birthday and Alex's dad's birthday. So I gave us $100 for if we wanted to send them something. If we do, if we don't, we don't. I will definitely be sending my dad something. Alex sometimes is up in the air if he sends his dad anything. So I just wanted to make sure we had money for that. Halloween, I am a planner. So I like to have everything done. I know that I bought like the things I handed out for trick-or-treaters in September, and I also bought their costumes in September. So that's why I gave myself the money for costumes now. I think that like last year I did slap bracelets for trick-or-treaters because I wanted to be able to give out something that they could like, the parents could like wipe off or whatever. And sometimes I feel like I want something cool, like not a ton of candy. I mean, yeah, like candy's cool, but like you get candy from like almost 100% of the houses. Like it's cool to get like a toy or something, you know? So anyway, that's what I did for the trick-or-treaters last year. This year, I think I want to pay homage to Dominic's second Halloween, and he was a Shriner monkey. And I thought it would be cute to have Jane be Curious George and Dominic be the man in the yellow hat, the yellow suit. I don't know his actual title, but Dominic loves like collared shirts. He's always asking me for a tie, and he's always asking me for like fedoras and like all these weird ass hats. So I thought it would be really fun for him. He's on board with it, but I don't want to like if he picks something else out that he wants to be, or like that's what he wants to wear to like school is something different. Like we were looking at the costumes, and like there was a Luca costume, like that swamp monster from the movie Luca, and he thought that that was really cute. So I don't know if I want to like get him two costumes, just because like the other costumes kind of like for me for pictures and like maybe just to walk Jane like up and down the street, but she can't really have the candy that she's gonna get. So I'm probably just gonna walk Dominic around, and I want him to be in a costume that he likes, and he's probably, they're gonna be like, who are you if you're not with Jane the whole time? So so I gave myself money for Halloween early. And then haircuts, I'm budgeting $25 for Alex, $25 for Dominic, and I'm putting $100 in here for me, and I'm going to need to put more in it next month. I'm gonna roll over whatever is left over from haircuts because I wanna get my hair dyed. I wanna get the balayage done. I haven't dyed my hair in a long time, and it's just been like 6 years. It's just been a really rough year, and I wanted to do something nice for myself, and I think that that's cool that it will grow out and not be like really high maintenance. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I just don't want it to be a lot of maintenance. I wear my hair up 95% of the time, and like Jane pulls on my hair even if I did want to wear it down. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence still about it if I want to do it or not, but I think I'm gonna get it done because she said that it grows out like okay, it doesn't look like super weird, and I have a lot of grays coming out in the back because I don't pull those and I just want to do something nice for myself. I don't really like, yeah, I go get my toes done every so often now, but I just haven't really done too much like for myself just because it's just been such a bad year. Like, I don't, like, you almost feel guilty to do stuff for yourself when, like, just like everybody's dealing with crap and like losing their jobs, and I don't know, like, I just feel guilty almost but at the same time, like, you don't want to like let yourself go because you have all this guilt. It's just been a bad time for everything. And on top of all that, even if like the country wasn't going through a pandemic and other things, I feel like us in general, with Jane being, I don't want to say like a difficult baby, but a difficult baby. She, like, Dominic slept through the night early. He walked early. He ate food fine. He transitioned from like pacifier to no pacifier to bottle to no bottle to sippy cup. Like, he did all of the transitions really well, and he was a difficult toddler. So maybe I will have a angel of a toddler and I had a difficult baby, because she's had issues with she has a cow milk allergy. She's had constipation issues recently. She's just taking her time, and that's fine, but it's just been hard on us, and I don't want to sugarcoat it just to, like, I love her and I'm so thankful for her, but at the same time, like, it's just been difficult. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but it's been hard, and it would be hard in general for us. And then, like, she doesn't sleep through the night too. I didn't mention that. She still doesn't sleep through the night. And then with everything else going on and we moved, like they say, like, there's so many like big things that happen in your life that are like the hardest things you'll go through, and moving multiple states away and having a baby, I feel like, is two of the main ones. So it's been a rough year, and I think that will just help bring up my self-esteem and my confidence, and I think I need that. That's just how I feel about it. Care of is our vitamins. I've been enjoying it. I have digestive issues. I just, like, if it's not one thing, it's another. If I don't have gas that day, I have heartburn, or I have just issues. So I've been taking, like, if you know anything about like the Care of vitamins, you can like kind of select what you want to focus on. And I'm focusing on digestive issues. And I think my husband is focusing on like heart health or something. I don't even know what he said, but I've been enjoying it. And I think that it's relatively comparable to how much it would cost if I was going to buy them separately. So for now, I'm just going to keep doing that. I put it down here instead of up here because it does fluctuate quite a bit. Because if you sign up for Care of, and I link everything that I talk about usually down below, and I only do that because I watch YouTube videos and I like to be able to be like, oh, what are they talking about? Oh, just click this. Yes, it gives me points and credits and whatever, but I just like to be able to have it linked for you if you wanted to do it faster. But like, you don't have to use my link. I just do it because I know me as a viewer of other YouTube videos. I want to know, like, I want that instant gratification of just clicking a button as opposed to typing it into the Google search. But if you know anything about the app, you can say like every day around 11, it tells me, oh, hey, did you take your vitamins? And I say yes, and it gives me carrots. And then I can turn in the carrots and get money off of my plan. So it is constantly like rewarding you for just tracking your vitamins. So it fluctuates a lot. So I'm just gonna say $150 for both of us. We'll see how much it costs, but I just would rather it be down here because it fluctuates quite a bit. Sinking funds, I figured this out by taking the income minus this, minus like whatever this stuff was, and then I took 30% of that. So 1910, it was around $2,725 remaining. So what I want to do is take 70% of that $2,725 and put that towards new house, whatever, savings, emergency fund savings. And then I want to take 30% of it and put it towards my sinking funds. So that's where I got this number. So I'm going to take this sinking fund number and put it in my sinking funds. And what I also did was, I'm not going to keep including the $550 for the child tax care credit in our income. I'm just going to immediately put it into this bank account. This is a separate bank account that I created for sinking funds. And so it's not going to be a part of our income. So that's why it's a little higher, because if you add $815 plus the $550, you get $1365. So I'll just run down these really quick. My sinking funds for our family are anything that's like over like $150, $200, because we don't need to save up for like clothes and stuff as much, or just like little things, like things that are relatively inexpensive. I don't need to make a sinking fund for. Like even my Amazon Prime membership is like $130. We've come to the point with our income and how much we're spending that we don't need to like save every single month for those things. We can just take it out of our budget for that month. If that doesn't make sense, just ask me down below. I'll try to explain a little bit better. But all of these things are just higher than that. So medical, we probably don't need too much in here. I do want to get it to like a nice, like maybe $1,000 or so, just because right now as it is, I'm only on the dental and the eye care plan. We opted not to do the medical insurance for me just because it was astronomically more, and I'd rather just put aside money for if I needed to go to the doctor, or God forbid, like I break a bone or something like that. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it just seemed like a way ridiculous expense for us. Of course, we have the kids on the medical plan and Alex is on the medical plan, but I do want to beef this up to like maybe like $1,000. And this includes like dental visits. Like that's one of the things that's going to come out soon. I have fillings on one of my, like 3 of my teeth that I need to get done. And Alex wants to go to the dermatologist. So I'm just like putting some money in medical for those things. Christmas, I think I want this around $1,200. I have a bad relationship with Christmas because I want to give the gift as soon as I buy it. So it's very hard for me to wait. I love giving gifts. I love buying gifts. So this year I'm going to try to refrain from just buying things early too. That's another thing. Like I'll buy stuff for Black Friday and I can't wait to give it to Dominic. I'll be like, oh, look what I got you. So I'm gonna try to refrain, and I'm giving myself a little bit more money because normally I only do like $750. It's because I'll buy everything and give it away, and then like I'm like, oh well, you don't need as much for Christmas because I've already spent so much on you. So I think about $1,200, and I usually do try to like get my stuff done, especially with everything going on and having a baby. I want to like get stuff done early. So hopefully I can have this done by like November. Bikes, we just have mountain bikes and they're expensive. You need different things for them. And when we take them, we can take them for tune-ups. Sometimes those are $20, sometimes they're $80. It just depends. So we want to take care of those things. It's just like having a car. You take care of them. You take them for tune-ups and you take them for, or like say your pedals wear out, you need new pedals, your grips wear out, you need new grips. So I just have been putting money towards that because we all mountain bike. Jane even has like a little, you got her a little buggy thing to pull her. So we all go mountain biking now. And so I want to keep putting money aside for that. Even if like, say one day we want to get a different bike or things like that too. I'd like to just beef that up. Vacation, I just am gonna keep putting money in here. I do eventually want to visit my parents in Arizona. They still live there, and if we fly, if we drive, whatever, if we stay somewhere when we get there, all of those things are expensive. So there's that. And I also want to visit some of the places that are around here that I've always wanted to see at some point. I don't know if it could be like a weekend trip or something, but like we have this Silver Dollar City. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but that's relatively close to where we live. And I heard like it's this really cool place and I want to visit it. And like Nashville's kind of close. Like I've always wanted to visit there. There's just like places around here that I've always wanted to visit. So we're saving money for those types of like trips as well. There's like another place that's in Arkansas, like Buffalo River or something like that, that everybody keeps telling us to go to, that I want to visit that. Like there's just a lot of little, because I've lived in Arizona pretty much my whole life. I visited the places around there at some point, and now I just feel like since we're in a totally different location, like there's just all these other places that I want to visit that are here. Taekwondo, this is basically for either kid, but I know Dominic's Taekwondo yearly membership, whatever, paid for his testing, it paid for his uniform, paid for everything for a year, was $19.50. And I'm gonna want to do that same thing again because we did get a lot of money off by paying up front for a year. So if he wants to continue with Taekwondo, I'm gonna want to do that again. So I want to start saving for that because that's well over my $200 threshold, right? So I'm just taking the child tax care credit and putting it in there. I think I'll probably just do that for the rest of the year. And maybe this can be like, just like activities or something. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be Taekwondo, but if I want to sign Jane up for like tumbling or swimming lessons or something like that, I will have money for both kids to do whatever they want. Cause technically like that's money for like their care and their whatever, you know? So I'm just gonna keep putting that tax care credit in there for them for activities. Cars, I eventually want to probably replace Alex's car, Dominic's car. That'll be the day. I can't believe that. Only like 8 more years and he can drive. Anyway, cars, this includes like oil changes, car tags, and car replacement. So right now we have about like $9,000 equity in his vehicle he drives. He has a Kia Optima and it's getting close to, I think it's at 80,000 miles. And we just keep getting like recall after recall after recall for his car. So I'm thinking eventually I want to replace it out with something else. I would like to have both Toyota cars. I know that Toyota's just run. And mine is a 2016 RAV4 and I haven't had any major issues with it. I'm very happy with it. And I don't know if he wants to like maybe get like a Camry, like a new to us car, like a Camry or something like that. He does like having a car, which I hate a car. I don't know why. I like have to have an SUV now. I'm like that person, but I just don't like sitting into a car. Like I have lower back issues and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to like bend down to like get into the car. And then you have to like, I don't know. I feel like an old lady every time I'm like trying to get in and out of the damn car. But this, after I beef up all of these, I'm going to start aggressively putting a lot of money into that category because I do want to get him something different. Even if we do have to take out payments on it, as long as it's not upside down in my eyes, I would rather, if we have to get payments, it does help your credit out. I know that if you're following along with Dave Ramsey, he says to not do that. Like you're just supposed to pay for it in cash, which we could do. We have enough money in savings, but I personally would rather build my credit because it's a credit-based world. But we'll tackle it when it comes to it. So anyway, that is it. If we do everything well this month, we should be able to save $1,910, so $1,910 to our goal of just emergency fund slash buying a house. So hopefully we can do that. I'm sure we'll have them budgeted though, because we do every month. But that is it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching.